Shields. When it comes to gear, passion, and sports, we're right there with you. Presents an Albert Outdoors video production. Wildlife Pursuit.
We're here with Hidden Valley Outfitters, Eastern Montana. Big open country. Money. And he's got everything. Great height, mass, good main beams. I don't know if I hit him or not. He didn't run like he was hit, so I'm a little nervous. It's been raining nonstop ever since we got out of the ground blind this morning. How cool is this?
This week's show, Wildlife Pursuit, is called the Payoff, and it's all about consistency. We have to be consistent in the production of the show to hopefully deliver you those really amazing stories. It starts with the outfitters that we visit on a regular basis, those places that we love to hunt, meeting new friends, and hopefully achieving a high probability of success. It's also about the consistency on our own lands, the efforts that we put forth for conservation, habitat improvement, and ultimately achieving that opportunity at the game that we're after. 2 components this week, 2 stories that we're excited to share with you. This is Wildlife Pursuit.
Wildlife Pursuit, brought to you by Shields. Ready for your next adventure? Welcome to Shields. The best brands, quality gear, and expert advice. Shields. Wildlife Pursuit, brought to you by Danner. The craft is in the details, using only the best materials, made to last, proven on every journey. Danner, crafting higher standards.
It's always exciting to talk about land management and conservation. It's truly a passion that runs deep for both myself and my staff at Wildlife Pursuit. I think about the tasks that we do year in and year out to create those opportunities for that ultimate payoff. We often refer to them as chores, but ultimately they are things that we just love to go do as we enjoy our properties and we enjoy the outdoors. The passion in us runs deep, and I know for WP staff member Craig Wendt, he too loves nothing more than getting out on his land and practicing land management and conservation.
Well, my brother and I bought this property along the Maple River back in the spring of 2005 with the intentions of trying to improve the habitat for both deer, pheasants. By planting trees, doing the food plots, we've really created a nice place for the deer with the goal in mind to try and have a better place for my friends and family to have a place to hunt. And I tell you, over the years, whether it's your first deer or your biggest deer, it's been a lot of fun. And all the hard work, year-round hard work and consistency, are starting to pay off. Money. taking a few shots here with our cold weather gear on, and it is mid to late December. It's really nice out. We don't have any snow on the ground for this time of the year, but looking forward to getting out and doing some late season bow hunting here after the rifle season. The North Dakota muzzleloader season just ended on Sunday, and today is Monday, so my daughter Sierra and I were sitting out at the farm last night, and we saw a bunch of deer moving around up by the evergreens, and we set up a ground blind up there on Saturday midday, and by last night they were already moving around it out in the food plot. We got a brassica food plot out there, so I'm kind of looking forward to getting out there. Last night we saw, I bet you, 15-20 deer mingling around out there. So we got a good wind. It's a north wind gusting like 10 to 15, so we're gonna go get set up. I think we got everything. Well, unfortunately, I did miss this deer. I'm not sure what happened, but I sailed it right over his back. It was a clean miss. We found the arrow. You know, and with all of our hard work and consistency doing these food plots year after year, you know, we were pretty optimistic for the next season.
Wildlife Pursuit. Brought to you by Dead Downwind, a premium supplier of quality scent prevention products. Real science, real results.
As one of our most active staff members, Craig Wendt spends countless days in the fall trying to find that payoff. He knows if he spends the time doing the land management and conservation, hopefully the probability of success will be high. Now he and good buddy, WP staff, Dave Cluck, also love to hit the road. They love to go on those long distance hunts together. They've been to eastern Montana a number of times with a good outfitter and a place that we love to visit, Hidden Valley Outfitters. In a recent show, we shared with you the success that Dave had. He was able to find success with a great eastern Montana mule deer. Now it's Craig's turn. They've got a good lay for the land. They've laid out the strategy. Let's see if Craig can get it done.
Well, it is day 3 with Hidden Valley Outfitters out here in eastern Montana, and we spotted the buck that we made a sneak on the other day with Dave, and we were about 50 yards, jumped him and couldn't get a shot. So we found him again. He's in the exact same spot where we saw him the first day. You know, he's just bedded down there. He's looking to the south, and it's a northwest wind, so he won't see us, and hopefully he won't smell us, and we'll get set up on him and just wait for him to stand up this time versus trying to get him up. So should be interesting. Well, making the sneak on this buck was very difficult. Out in eastern Montana, it was raining and it was muddy, so we were trying to keep the cameras, you know, kind of covered from the wind and rain until we got set up on this buck. And once we felt comfortable, we got the cameras out. You know, the rain actually did stop for a little while and the sun came out and the buck finally stood up. Wow, that was exciting. We spotted this buck earlier this morning, and it was pouring rain. And we thought, well, let's go back, get all our rain gear on, take our time. We figured out where all our points were, and we snuck up here, and the rain quit, the sun came out, and he's starting to move his head, and I said, I bet he's gonna stand up pretty soon. And we waited about less than an hour on this guy, and he stood up, and I put one right in the front shoulder. He went down, and put one more on him just to make sure he was down. But anyhow, he looks like a great buck. We're here with Hidden Valley Outfitters, Eastern Montana, big open country. And this is a nice looking muley. I believe he's 4-on-4, and then he's got a couple kickers coming off the back tines. So he looks like a nice buck. I'm real happy with him.
Congratulations. Now give it here.
Hey, thanks. Yes. How cool is this? Wow, 4x4, kickers off each side, and he's got velvet hanging off. How cool is that? We're out here with Hidden Valley Outfitters in Eastern Montana along the Little Missouri River. Dave and I were out here last year with these guys. I harvested my first mule deer. We booked again, and on day one we actually saw this mule deer. He was bedded up in some tall grass, and Dave and I made a sneak on him. Whistled, tried to get him up, and when he did get up, he took off running. And 2 days later, we found him again, and it was my turn to hunt, and I'm very happy with him. Well, looking back after owning this property and managing it for the last several years, it's been a lot of fun and a lot of hard work putting in the stock ponds, doing the food plots, putting the tree stands up, with anticipation that, we can have the opportunity to harvest deer in the fall. And watching my family member and friends over the last few years harvest some great deer has been so rewarding, from my daughter's first deer to some of my friends' biggest deer. So when I had the opportunity to harvest that deer last year in 2011 with my bow, and I made a clean miss, I was very discouraged at the time, but I was hoping with all the hard work and the consistency that we've done over the last few years would pay off, and and next year we would see that deer. Well, in the summer of 2012, we put up trail cameras all over the property, and I had no pictures of this deer. He was nowhere to be seen. But a good friend of mine did get some pictures of him, and we had him in velvet and coming out of velvet and hardhorn. So I was pretty excited that this deer was still around the area. With just hoping that he would maybe show up, when the rut came around. So we were pretty excited that maybe we'd get to see this deer again. Well, today is the Friday after Thanksgiving, Black Friday. And it's been an interesting Thanksgiving. It was a great day yesterday, and late in the afternoon we ended up getting about 3 inches of snow in eastern North Dakota and Fargo, and I ended up pushing snow last night. I'm a snow removal contractor, and we went out at 10 last night, and I pushed till 6 this morning. Didn't get in the morning hunt, but I did get around in time to do a little scouting. I ended up seeing the buck I'm looking for. He's in the evergreens. I saw him go in this morning. So it's about 12 o'clock, Black Friday. We're all set up in here. I'm self-filming today. My cameraman is home with a sick kid, so it'd be a miracle if this all comes together today, but I gotta give it a try. There's only a few days of hunting left. Sunday's the end of the season here in North Dakota. I'm in a good spot. We had a little fresh snow. It was cold last night. It's only like a high of 12 right now, and there's a northwest wind that's blowing about 15 miles an hour to gust maybe 20, but it's supposed to calm down this afternoon almost to nothing and switch to the east-northeast. So we're in a really good spot. It's late November. The rut's still on. Matter of fact, I'm watching a few smaller bucks chasing toes around right now. So hopefully everything comes together. He's a nice looking buck. I've seen him on trail camera. I have history with this deer. I've seen him the last couple of years. I actually missed him with my bow last year late in the season. And so we're hoping he comes out tonight.
5x5 that we've been looking for has just came out. He's feeding on a wheat bale right now. Come on. Shaking. Well, that's the buck I've been looking for. And he came out of the evergreens just to the east of me here a little bit. And he just kind of fed right along the edge of my stock pond. Got out to that wheat bale and was just kind of feeding on that thing. I took my time. I put it right on him. It felt like a good hit. I'm shaking. I've been looking for that buck for a long time. And he finally came out, and I hope I made a good hit on him. I didn't see him go down, but we'll give him a minute here. We'll go look for him. He's a great 5x5. He's nice and tall. Just a great looking buck. I'm really excited. Hope I can find him. We just got down from the stand where we were hunting, and I'm gonna go see if I can find blood first. It's been about almost a half hour since I took a shot at him, and I don't know if I hit him or not. He didn't run like he was hit, so I'm a little nervous, but I gave him a little time. It's cool. Let's go see if we can find him. We've got blood right through here. He's starting to show a little bit more. We've got good blood. He looks to be laying down. Oh, what a relief. We just kind of tracked him in here to the CRP grass and the shelter belt. And I bet he didn't make it 100 yards into the trees here. And I saw a part of his horn laying there. So I'm gonna still sneak up there and make sure he's still not alive, but that's a nice sight when you see the rack laying in the grass. Let's go find him. Well, we just recovered my buck, and I tell you what, at first I didn't know if I hit him or not. The way he took off running, it didn't look like I hit him at all, and I thought, oh no, did buck fever set in? But I gave him a little time, gave him about 20 minutes, half hour, came down here and saw where he was standing, and I saw tracks, and I didn't go probably 20 yards and I found blood, so I was relieved to know that I hit him, and I made a great shot right in the lungs, and he probably didn't go 100, 150 yards from where I took the shot. But this is a great buck. We're hunting out here in eastern North Dakota along the Maple River, and this is by far my biggest North Dakota deer. And he's got everything: great height, mass, good main beams, just a really nice clean 5x5. He's actually got a little kicker here, but I mean, this is just an incredible North Dakota deer. I'm so happy to have this deer. It is the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and I am very thankful for this deer. I've actually got a little history with this deer. I've been watching him for the last 2 years, and last year, right before Christmas, we came out here bow hunting, and he came out, and I misjudged the distance a little bit and sent one over his back. And but that's okay. We'll find that deer next year. But I'm very fortunate to take this deer. He is just awesome.
The takeaway this week is pretty simple. Be consistent. We think whether you're going on a guided hunt and you find that outfitter that you'll love going to year after year, or more importantly, the efforts that you put forth on your own property, be consistent. Some years those food plots may look like the best in the county, and other years you may wonder, why did nothing grow? But those consistent efforts that you put forth to improve the habitat, to develop conservation at the highest level, and ultimately to create that opportunity is what it's all about. Then you too will have the payoff. We hope you enjoyed this week's show. This is Wildlife Pursuit.
Wildlife Pursuit is brought to you by Dead Down Wind, Elite Archery, G5, Gold Tip, Danner, Lacrosse, Clam, Onyx, and Tenzing. Want more wildlife pursuits? Then check out wildlifepursuit.com. This is the place where you can watch full-length episodes, get bonus video content, learn more about the staff, and shop for WP gear in the upgraded online store. You can also follow Wildlife Pursuit on Facebook and Twitter, where you can stay connected with the Wildlife Pursuit team. Give your feedback and share in all the fun as it happens. Check out wildlifepursuit.com.